Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Lesson 65, Starred Problems. If you're looking for the practice set, that would be in a different video. Let's go ahead and get started. So the practice set was over circumference, and then the first starred problem in Lesson 65 is circumference. So remember that we have two formulas for circumference. We have circumference is equal to 2 pi r, and circumference is equal to pi d. Also remember that circumference is the distance around the circle, around the outside. Okay, so on this first one I have a radius of 8, so I'm going to use the 2 pi r formula, and it says leave pi as pi, which means I'm just going to leave the symbol pi like it is. So let me plug in what I know. I have 2 times pi times 8 is the radius, so 2 times 8 is 16, and we leave pi as pi. There we go. Okay, so here I have a diameter, so I'm going to use circumference is equal to pi d, and I'm supposed to use 3.14 for pi. So 3.14 times the diameter of 10 is equal to 31.4 centimeters. This would be feet. Yeah. And then last one on this page, I have a radius of 7, so I'm going to use my 2 pi r, and it says to use 22 over 7 for pi. So I'm going to go ahead and try and put everything in fraction form. So 2 over 1 for 2, 22 over 7 for pi, and then 7 over 1 for the radius. Let me multiply across the top. So I have 2 times 22 is 44. 44 times 7 is... I lost it. There we go. 308 over 1 times 7 times 1, which is 7. And then if I divide, I get, lost it again, 44, and that's inches. Okay, let's go on to the next. Draw a segment AB, draw a segment parallel, but not the same length. Okay, so here is AB. And it says draw a segment parallel that is not the same length. So here's DC. Draw the segments AB to form a quadrilateral. So like that. That's beautiful. What type of quadrilateral is formed? A trapezoid. It only has one pair of parallel sides. Okay, here's the sum, and we are adding. So the rules for adding are adding rules. 1, same sign, add, keep the sign. 2, different signs, subtract, keep the sign of the larger. Sorry, lost it there for a minute. Okay. So I have -3 plus -8. It's the same sign. 8 plus 3 is 11, and we keep the sign. Here I have +3 plus a -8. They're different signs, so I subtract. Keep the sign of the larger. 8 is larger than 3. And then here I'll take it 2 at a time. So I have -0.3 plus a +0.8. So I'm going to subtract. I get 0.5, and that's going to be positive because 0.8 is larger than 0.3. And then I have +0.5 plus a -0.5, which is 0 and does not have a sign. Okay. Refer to triangle ABC at the right to answer the following questions. What is the measure of angle A? Let me change colors here. So we're trying to find this, and I have 2 of the other angles. I know that all angles of all triangles everywhere add up to 180. So I'm going to subtract 62, and I'm going to subtract 59 and see what I get. 180 minus 62 minus 59 is 59 degrees. So that's A. Okay. Which side of the triangle is the longest side? Okay, so this is dependent upon the angles. And where'd my cursor go? This is the largest angle, so the longest side is going to be across from the largest angle, so that is AB. It says triangle ABC is an acute triangle. It is also what kind of triangle? Well, I have two angles that are the same, here and here, which means I'm going to have two sides that are the same. If I have two sides that are the same, it's an isosceles triangle. And it says the triangle's line of symmetry passes through which vertex? So if I lost my cursor again, why? Where am I? There I am. Okay. So if this side is the same as this side, my line of symmetry is going to actually go through C. Okay. All right, so we have some symbols of inclusion here. This is the absolute value symbol. So we know that the absolute value of whatever is inside of these two lines is going to be positive. The absolute value of -3 is 3, plus 4, and then we have brackets. So I'll do 5 minus 2, which is 3, times 4 plus 1, which is, 3 plus 1, which is 4. And then I'll do this, and 3 times 4 is 12. So this is 3 plus 48, which is 51. Oh, and that's it. Oops. Well, I'll let you guys go.